These are the kind of charts you like to see. Look at this. All right, right here. Picture. This is what we want to see. Could be a spicy entry. Have those levels ready, guys. This is absolutely a top watch for me at market open. I mean, this is already in these two candles, 20%. This stock was on the watch list today. We are up 50% from that watch list entry. And what was beautiful about this one is, would you look where it bounced? We're green, baby. We are green this morning. This is how you make money. That's 28% in 3 minutes. I mean, can't get any easier than that, right? What's going on, everybody? It's Amma Jamma here. I hope you guys had a fantastic long weekend in the market. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's give it a second for some people to stream in, and we will get going. Again, I'm going to go over I'm going to go over the SPY chart a little bit. I'll make sure we touch on Tesla a little bit. We do have earnings coming up next week on Tesla. A lot of different random catalysts there. We'll go over the top runners of the day. We'll give levels that work for the whole day on those. And I'll give you a little sneak peek of the week as well, which I usually try to do every week. As you guys know, we have had insane picks for those. A lot of, IPOs, different things, GNS, with 60 cents, all sorts of different things. So I'll give you one of those, and let's get started with the SPY. We always start with the SPY. So let's do that first as people start to funnel in, and we'll go from there. I have a lot of shit on this chart. And of course, like usual, I'm going to delete it all. We will rechart it every day. We rechart it. So let's delete everything here. We're going to start with right where we're at now. A couple things immediately we could see. First of all, we see right away that yesterday's little highs before we had that bullish break after a sell-off early in the day yesterday, and we ripped the whole day, is pretty much right where we are picking up support today. That means a lot. That matters. That's kind of what we wanted to see. This is the level here. And this wick low area, more under 409, is a key area I'm personally looking at to see what happens at market open. If we lose that 409 and we start to dump down a little bit, we do have some support pretty quickly after that. So I'm just going to pop this 409 in at these lower wicks here. So this area between these two. So this area here, I'm not touching anything in this area. This is my do not touch zone today because it's directly between, these pre-market wick lows and the loss of high from pre-market yesterday and from Thursday. So that area I'm not really over the moon to touch in any way, shape, or form. But if we go from there and we pop on our chart, we've got this 15-minute here. A couple areas I'm really watching is this area here. This is a major area for me. We pop it right through here. This has proven to be a major area of support and or resistance through the last few days. Support pickup in here. Support in here, we kind of traded right through it, but we did stay super glued to it the entire day. It turned into a resistance here, support here, support here. So it's a pretty major line. If we were to put on our 15-minute chart again to look, you could see how this is a pretty major area here. I'm actually going to lower that just a little here. Right about here. So what I'm looking is this. With a dump in a hole below 409.25, you know what I mean by the dump in a hole. If you're not new here, you know what that means. A dump in a hole below that 409.25. And I do believe we could play puts down to this 408.30 area through here. All right. That's like a riskier. Obviously, that's risky for me. It's something that is a little bit risky. It's not that big of a range. It's only about $1, something like that. So it's not so you could set it and forget it. You've got to watch this. All right. A strong and decisive sell off from there. And we're looking at our 406.30 area, right around 406. Give it 50 cents either way, guys. All right. When I say 406, that means we could bounce as high as 406.50, 406.70, as low as 405.50. So give it that dollar range in here, but this is a major area. So we've got our 3 levels of bearish levels. So if we lose and start really sweeping strong below that 408 area, I think that 406 area is pretty imminent. So we've got our two different zones on the bearish side here. What does that mean, however? So what it means is this, all right? So if we take a bounce off, if we pick up support at our 408 area, right around if we pick up support around that 408 area, I would watch for a bounce and a reclaim of 408.75 for a put entry, for a call entry, meaning something like this. If we were to come down, test our 408.30, and then pop back up, that's where I like my call entry right there. All right. So this is, anyone who's in the Discord knows I make these lines a little bit different. I make them dotted and green. And that way, it's only on the cross back over this area. All right. On the bullish side, if we start breaking bullish, let me pop this back here. If we start breaking bullish immediately at market open, major areas right where we're at right now, pretty much. This 410.25 area, I want to see the break and hold of that. If we can open break and hold over 410.40, just above where we're at now, that 410.86, our next level, that 40 cents is sketchy. It's one of those where if you take that trade, you need to be ready to hit your head at 408 or 410.86. You need to be ready to hit your head in that area here. So this is our riskier entry here. Break that 408.50 and play, or 410.50 and play it up to that 410.86. So that's obviously the riskier entry you're going to take. And oh my gosh, I keep putting the wrong arrows on these. And then on the second part of that, same thing, if we hit some rejection there and start to come back down, we want to see it back below 410.50 for that put entry. All right. So those are two areas we're looking at for the most part today. And we'll go from there. So that's the areas I'm looking at here. And again, I'll break in a hold of 410.86 with pickup of support. And I think that we've had a strong sell-off in this area here. So that push back up to a 411.50 should be pretty strong. That's when we're looking for a 411.50. So this area in here, I'm not necessarily touching at all unless it's those bounces. A bounce pickup, a bounce in the yellow area and a push back up, or rejection at this 410.25 area and coming back down. But for most part, these are the major levels we're looking at for the day trades. And then our sweep down and our sweep back up is going to be, let me pop that line on, is going to be up here. All right. So those are areas we're looking at. Let's look at the top runners for today. PXLP, we got number one. We are not on pre-market. This is wrong. Let's go to pre-market. There we go. Lucy popped, huh? Okay, this was on our watch list in the Discord today. So if you are part of the Discord, make sure to join us there. We had Lucy at $2.40 on the free daily watch list. What does that mean? I'm going to tell you what it means. Discord.gg/pennyboys. Join us if you are not part of our Discord. Join us for our free watch list daily. Earlier this morning, about 2 hours ago, we put out our free daily watch list. Lucy was part of that watch list. We put it out at $2.40. If you took that, you're already up over 65%. You could be done trading for the day. Boom, boom, just like that, off of a free watch list. Come check it out. Come join us. So at this point here, we've ran really hot. And I'm not necessarily wanting to, these are old trend lines. Wherever these old trend lines are, they are applicable right here. So I want to see us come down, and we need to come retest this area. We need to come down, test this 330 area. We've just simply ran way the F2 hot. So that's the first area I'm going to watch. And then on the way back, and also this area, I would love to see a test off this trend line here like this. All right, so that point, the ultimate would be the point of confluence and setting up that test right there. And then on the second side of this, let's pop the fibs on there. Our 25% fibs, which we always put as purple. If we pick up, it's right at that trend line too, the 25% fibs, which we're changing to purple. And let's identify that golden fibs as well, which we always put yellow. We'll look at these two areas here. If that holds as the top. Again, if it breaks higher, this fibs is null and void. So we were looking for a pickup of support above 345-ish, and then the break back up above that with the break over 410 as your impulsive move, and playing that is, 10% right there. Or I'm not really wanting to touch it at all until we come down, touch that golden fibs. And then we also have our vertical trend line here. So those are the three we're watching. Not really a solid entry other than to bounce off those lines. That's where my entry is. That's what I like. All right. We have NCMI, which we're sitting at a support right here as well. And then a little bit of this trend line here. I am drawing through it a little bit. Yes, I am aware of that. So this one here, I like entry above 27.5 cents, 0.275, right around there. Yeah, 0.275, 28. We'll do 28, no 275. We're going to do 28 cents our entry here. We do want to break up above a little bit on that. So with that impulsive break of that 28 cents entry, I do think we could touch 31 cents easily, especially if we get some good volume coming in. This is one of those type of charts. I want to see 5 million in the first couple minutes, guys. Easy. So that's what I'm looking at on this one. We've got ZFox as well on some strong support at this area here as well. So on this one, I'm looking for a breakback up over 275 would be my entry right about there. We've got 2 minutes till market open. All right. So we know our Lucy entries. We want to see that bounce in this area here, or the impulsive break over our 411 NCMI. We know what our entry is there. And then ZFox, that's the only three I was able to get to because I do want to pop the Tesla chart on and see what's going on there. We've got just a couple minutes. We're up about 1.5% pre-market today. Tesla is one of a few stocks that definitely has we've been watching. We've got this major support and resistance area here that we've been watching. And this is the arrow from a chart last week. We haven't lost this area. When we did come down and start to try to test below, it immediately picked up support. That shows some strength. So at this point here, I don't really want to play Tesla at all on the bear side in this box right here. I think that's a little bit risky. However, in a day trade type atmosphere, I'm not touching any sort of puts below scalping, it's going to be much different. But with earnings coming up, it's just one we're watching. And if we put it on the 5 minute for market open, the thing I'm watching right here is this little triple top. It's coming down. We're hitting some resistance right there, as you can see, and as well as support, a little bit of a wedge going on here. That's the area I'm watching for the most part. So I want to see that impulsive break and retest for an entry. It will be a top watch today. We played calls on this yesterday as well for really nice profitability on that. Coinbase, we have swings out on Coinbase. Protect your profits, guys. This should be up easy, 150% from the alert Thursday. We did open yesterday below stop loss, so we didn't even get a chance to sell. So it's kind of one of those funky ones where it's a loss, but we didn't get a chance to get out of the play. Boeing is still ripping. No surprise there. And Google is break even at this point. Let's pop on the SPY. Well, I would rather watch the SPY than the equities today. Let's see what happens here on the SPY. And we'll pop Tesla up. All right. I'm going to put on the 1 minute. I do want to see what happens with the pickup of this, this trend line from pre-market all the way into yesterday. That is what I'm watching for the most part. And I'm on the bearish side. I'm looking for a sweep and loss of 185, like 185.80, a little lower than that. And I'm not going to take an entry on an exhaustion candle like this, because a lot of times that initial candle, it goes the opposite immediately following that. So it's just something we're watching at this moment. A firm is pushing. That's exactly what we want to see for our swings. And the SPY selling off a little bit here, but we're like I said, we're in that indecision first candle, not doing much at that point. Let's check our trades here. Lucy looks like a little bit of a bull flag. All right, and there's our entry on NCMI, over 27.5 cents to 28 cents, depending on your risk factor on that. Very impulsive, these two candles here. So we want to see us hold this trend line. I don't want to see us fall back into this area here. All right. So we're going to put that on there and turn this red. That's where we want to hold support, for continuation there. We're already up about 5%. We're up about 3/4 of a penny there. There's 5%, almost 30 cents. very close to 30 cents from 28-cent entry. It's already about 6 to 7% based on the entry given. Z Fox doing nothing. Lucy having some major wicks here. I actually really like Lucy where it is right now. I would say at 392. I like an entry for a test of 411. All right, we have hit that area, the 392. If we don't break 411 in the next 2 to 3 minutes, I do not like it as much, even slightly. There's 5% immediately. In that first candle, these do move quick, remember, and we are on a slight delay. So please keep that in mind. And there we go. That's exactly what I want to see. There's 10% immediately, right like that. This candle, this wick low candle just screamed. It absolutely screamed bullish. We are already up. There's a nice, 11, 12% right there. This is where I personally, as a J trader, take 75% off the table immediately. Hot button, boom, set that stuff to 75% sells. You don't even have to think twice about it at that point. Because then if you start to pull back, you don't have to worry about it. NCMI, again, it hit over 30 cents, about 10% on this one as well. About 8% actually. And then ZFox doing nothing. So Lucy and NCMI are acting interesting. I'm going to put both on here so we could just pop to them. There we go. And Tesla. Ooh, Tesla. See, this is why you don't take those bearish entries. So if I go calls on Tesla, I like the 195 for $1.50. Again, I'm not in it. Tesla is the 195 call at 1.50. I'm popping it in the chat so you guys know the contract. I am not in. I will tell you when I fill. I want to see us wick back over that high wick. And I just filled one contract on Tesla. I will probably scale into more if we hold secure. I want to see us hold this area right here. That's what I'm looking at. Affirm is up 3%. Let's go. Everybody in the swing. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Our firm swing should look pretty great right now. So I will take it. Love to see it. Coin is absolutely ripping as well. All our swings are absolutely hitting home runs. We had Affirm and Coin from Thursday, power hour over the long weekend. And I added another Tesla, so I'm in 2 contracts here. And I'm up 6% because I did average up with one at 160, one at 151. And if you took that with me, you're already up over 12% right here. We're cracking 170 to 175. This is where I personally scale out of one. If you're only in one, you have to consider your risk management on this. How much your account is exposed. In and out is never a bad decision. Looks beautiful. That was a really great entry at the break of that. We are now up 25 cents on these contracts, about 14% right here. And it's as low as 10% depending on your entry. SPY is starting to push up here, but we're in our do not touch zone. I don't want to play that zone today. I just don't. Lucy hit 449. NCMI hit over 30 cents. Both those had anywhere from 8 to 13% on the table. Affirm, baby. Let's go. Can I get some comments in the chat? Who took Affirm on the small account play? Come on. Let me hear it. What a beautiful setup over those 2 days. Let's get some love for Affirm. That one was absolutely killer from Power Hour Friday. Perfect setup. Perfect setup. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, guys. So Tesla, sorry. I am selling a couple of my Affirm. I've got to lock a little bit of profitability here, guys. All right, we hit a high of 87 cents on that Affirm. I need to update it on the bot for everybody. Everybody. There's target 1, Shasha. I just sold 2 affirms, guys. All right. Submit that. Sorry, because it's a small account play. So I do need to lock some of the profits on that small account play. I have it in both accounts, but this small account is about risk management. Again, if anyone's not part of the Discord and you're wondering what we mean about the small account play, we started about 2 months ago, $500. And we are at 750. So 50% in just over 2.5 months, 7 total trades, 6 winners, 1 loser. And that's about it. Tesla looks like it wants to keep pushing here. Please protect profits either way with that. Affirm is starting to rip up further. If you are in it and you're part of the small account play, we are up. What are we up on this one? We're up 33% from that one. And what else do we got here? What else do we got? Coin's another one. I'm going to sell my final contract on that. Let's just keep this Tesla on because that is a day trade a lot of people are on. If we start to get a push and we push back up above 187.70, I like a second chance call option there. We already had 10 to 15%. First option, I'm still in one contract here. I do still like how it's behaving for the most part. SPY is in super consolidation, indecisive. A lot of other stocks are extremely bullish, however, right now. Google's slightly green. That's one I held from yesterday. So I need to keep an eye on that as well. And Affirm is absolutely ripping. I'm just really stoked for that one because that was a small account play, guys. Shameless plug, shameless plug. We got to love it, though. So I'm likely going to sell that pretty stinking quick here because I do believe we start to get at least some sell off soon. We just cracked 5% up on Affirm. All right, let's watch what Tesla does here. 187.55 would be my second chance entry for calls as well on Tesla, but we are in indecision overall on Tesla and the SPY at this moment here. It does look like it wants to start ripping up again, but we are playing this very, very, very carefully. There we go. There's a nice push starting. And all right, what do we got going on with these? All right, so we got some sell-off going on here after a nice 10 to 12% pop. So on this one, if you haven't taken an option, you're looking for the rest of the day, the 0.245 area is where we want to see a bounce. And then at that point, if we get a bounce at like 24.5 cents, take the entry above 25 cents on the push back up. Lucy is consolidating pretty tightly here. I do like that one. All right, just had to yell at my dogs for a second there. So this one's in a super tight consolidation. Really, actually like how this one's behaving for ripping so much pre-market. Really nice consolidation there. I don't think this is a micro. It is. Okay, 2.5 mil float. I will take it. This one could get some major push behind it. I like another entry here above 418-ish. 415. I would do even 415. It looked like it wants to have a secondary pop, but remember the 5 steps of trading a trend: breakout, impulsive move, then your retest. We don't take entry till step 4, then consolidation, then confirmation. That's where we take the move. Tesla's starting to sell off a little bit. It's not selling off. We already kicked in one trade for a nice few percent there. I'm still not worried overall about Tesla at this position here. Affirm did sell off some pretty wicked candle there. All right. And then from there, all right. What else do we got going on here? All right. I just had to make sure I filled. I did fill for 0.84 cents on Affirm. I'm going to update the bot that. All right, update that. Make sure members know what's going on. All right, all right, all right. So let's see if Tesla takes a bounce off this line here. I am still just kind of watching Tesla. No active position, watching, seeing what happens from this point on. MULN is one I've been watching as well. Let's look at MULN here. Because if you look at the 4-hour here, this curl up is extremely bullish, extremely bullish. And if you put it on a shorter time frame, we did have a little hint of a cup and handle going on here. Just something to watch. I like MULN entry. Let me see here what the volume's been so far today. All right, decent volume. This is one that's definitely caught my eye. I'm not liking an entry at this point here, but it's definitely one I'm watching because there is a lot of hype behind it as well. As MCMI have sold off, and Lucy never even hit our entry for second entry. A firm sold off. I hope everybody got some really nice profits on that. Looks like the market's coming down, as a matter of fact. So let's get ready for some put action, perhaps. Perhaps. And you know what? We're just going to pop on out of here now so we can get over to the Discord without having an active trade. I'll see you guys over there. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your morning. I'll see you guys over in the Discord. Bye.